Hi loves, good morning. Donna Lynn here, and my dog is coming to say hi too. No, stay down. He wants to get up and be a part of this. Okay, so core values is what I'd like to chat about today. Core values are really our foundational beliefs. They're at the root of our belief system. They're like our little golden keys to who we are. Although we're not intuitively tuned to identify them for ourselves always, and we're also not taught how to identify them for ourselves. So that's why I wanted to chat about them, and specifically how to identify our core beliefs. So I'll use an example, and that's nice. My example would be, hang on, I'm fighting with my dog. Okay, get down. He's so lovey, but he's 90 pounds and he thinks he's a lap dog. Okay, so the example to work through how to identify your core beliefs. Core beliefs being your golden key pieces of who you are, golden key beliefs, your root beliefs of who you are. And they often come up in unexpected ways. One of the best opportunities to identify core beliefs is actually when we're triggered. So, for example, if I'm driving downtown in my car, somebody cuts me off, and I'm like, what an asshole. So one of my core beliefs may be triggered here. But sometimes we have to peel back the layers of emotion and trigger and in the moment reaction to find out what it is that's underlying, that's actually the piece that was hit that makes me feel whatever way I feel. So I'm driving downtown, somebody cuts me off in their car. I think this person's an asshole. Why do I feel like they're an asshole? Because they've done something inconsiderate or something rude, my perception, right? Okay, so why I'm asking myself these things, I'm working through this process. Why in my perception was that a rude move for them to make? Why was it inconsiderate? Well, because they should have been polite enough to either speed up and get ahead of me so I wasn't cut off, or slow down and wait to get in behind me. Why do I think that would be the right choice for somebody to make? Well, because that's more polite or more kind. Okay, so there, I've whittled it down. I've shed the layers of that initial, I just want to flip this guy off and speed by them and carry on with my day, going to do my tasks I have to do. I've whittled all that away to determine what piece I'm left with. And so this is a super generic piece. I personally find it easier to tap into my core beliefs through trigger process when it is less emotionally charged. So with things I'm emotionally invested in on a greater level or a deeper level, those ones can be harder for me to identify at times, rather than those little bit more generic ones that, yeah, it triggered an emotional response in me, but it wasn't super heightened. It wasn't like, oh, you hurt my heart. Those ones can be a little harder to whittle down at times. So essentially, with my example, coming back to that, I get off track a little bit. So getting back to that, I found that politeness or kindness are at the root of that emotional trigger. So those are things that I find important. So those are important for me. That's some of my core beliefs, my core values. So those are foundational pieces for me when something in my life happens and I feel a sense of disrespect. It could stem from one of those core beliefs. And so we usually have a range of core beliefs, core values, but those are a few of the little steps that I take to move through identifying them, especially when a trigger opportunity comes up, because triggers are such gifts. They are brutal challenges in the moment, but man, do they hold a lot of value for self-discovery and some honest looking inward. So those are some of the steps I take to move through identifying my core beliefs when I whittle away my emotional response and why I feel the way I feel, and hone it in to one or two words, one or two ideas, or those golden key emotions, those golden key trigger opportunities. Good. Hey, Chantel. I like that because I really feel like triggers are opportunities. I mean, they're opportunities for us to look within. They're opportunities for us that hold value that we can cultivate out of this trigger and carry with us to better ourselves in some way. But they're not easy, right? That's the trick with triggers. That's why I think they're trigger opportunities, because they hold value, but damn, they're hard. So that's one way you can work through. There's many other ways. If you look online, how to identify your core values, looking at there's worksheets you can do, there's lists you can go through, there's step-by-step how you can whittle down and identify some of your core values, or you can do reflection and look back at your moments of challenge and those moments where you genuinely felt either disrespected by yourself or disrespected by others, or in the moments when you're making choices that you weren't willing to own and be proud of, because those moments are typically moments of misalignment with our core beliefs too, because our core beliefs, like I say, are those golden key elements of our belief system of who we are. So reflection can be very helpful in that as well, if you're at a point where you're able to and ready to look back and reflect and pick out some key pieces for yourself if you're at that point. And if you're not, totally cool too, because reflection can hold intensity. Yes, Chantal, I 100% agree. We are our own greatest experiment. And it's true. This is why I feel like triggers are opportunities, because we can play with them. You know, like if I think out of my example, if I feel like my golden key core belief was the politeness or kindness, but really being cut off stems back to me feeling invisible and unworthy and unimportant, I might not find that right away with my first unraveling or dissemination, however you want to call it, peeling back those layers. I may not find that core belief in my first round of exploration, although I may have found a piece, but it's not the only one. You know, so I love it. We can experiment with our personal growth, with our development, with our exploration. Oh, there's so much. Life is one great human experience, really. So I super love that comment, Chantel. Thank you. Thank you so much also for being here. Okay, loves, I think I've chatted enough. Core values, core beliefs are really our foundational belief system. You know, sorry, just to pop on and answer Chantel's question, how many core values does one usually have? It really varies. I think when you do core value exercises out of books and things like that, they often want you to whittle it down to like your top 3 or 4 keywords, and then create a mission statement, a personal statement that identifies and really hones in their core beliefs. But I personally think you can have quite a few, because what is important to me, I may have many layers of things that are important to me: joy, happiness, excitement, honesty, respect, kindness. Those are just a few of mine, and that's 6 already. Loyalty, communication, you know, like that's just a few of mine. So oftentimes the general answer, you can have quite a few, I think. And oftentimes it's people in exercises would like you to whittle it down to 3 or 4, your top core beliefs, the ones that resonate most deeply with you, most intensely with you. However, you can have many. There's no limit to what can be important to you. And I think the idea with core value worksheets and things like that are to really explore and start honing in on the most important beliefs that you hold within you. Do I personally believe that you can whittle it down to 4 and that's it? Heck no. I think that we all have tons, because there's all many things that are important for us in many different situations and many different circumstances in life, and they vary. There's so many contributing factors. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Carolyn, Chantal, I see you ladies. I see other people too, but I can't see your names. So thank you everybody who tuned in. I hope that helps. If you want to talk more about core values, core beliefs, or how to cultivate yours, drop me a line. I'm super happy to chat. Love you all. Have a beautiful day.